students, I am Krishna Nagar, your maths teacher, and today we are going to start our next chapter, that is algebraic expressions and identity. So, what are algebraic expression? Any mathematical expression which consists of numbers, variables, operations are called algebraic expression. Here you can see the example, that is 7n plus 2. So, this is an algebraic expression. In this term, 7 is the coefficient, n is the variable, plus is the operation, and 2 is the constant. So this complete 7n plus 2 makes an algebraic expression. Now what are coefficients, variables, operations? Let's discuss this one by one. The terms, what does it mean? Every expression is separated by an operation which is called terms. Like 7n plus 2 are two terms in the given figure. Okay, so here the expression is consists of two terms, that is 7n plus 2. Now factors. Every term is formed by the product of factors. That means 7n. You can see 7 and n. It is the product of 7 and n. The next is coefficient. The number placed before the variable or the numeral factor of the term is called coefficient of that variable. 7 is the numeral cofactor of the 7 and 7 is the coefficient here. So what is actually coefficient is whenever there is a number along with the variable, the number which is multiplied with the variable, that particular constant number is known as coefficient. Now what is variables? Any letters like x, y, z, a, b, c, etc. These are called variables whose value keep on changing, or you can place some other value instead of that to get the next value of the expression. Next one is operation. So we know that addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all these are operation which defines how to use that expression. These are the operations. Now constants are the numbers without any variables. In the algebraic expression there are numbers are using two types. One along with the variable, other without variable. So the numbers which are used in an expression without variable are the constants of that particular expression. Next one is number line and expression. An expression, it can be represented on the number line. Okay, so algebraic expression can be expressed on number line also. For example, how if we want to represent x plus 5 and x minus 5 on number line, then how we will represent it? See this. Now in this given figure you can see that the first what we will do is we will mark the distance x and then x plus 5. So if we place x on the right hand side of the 0, then what we have to do? We have to add 5 to the x, means x plus 5. So we will move on the right hand side. So 5 units on the right hand side, and that particular point will express the point x plus 5. And if we move on the left hand side from the x, 5 units left hand side from the x, then it will give x minus 5. So this is how we can represent any algebraic expression, linear algebraic expression on number line. Okay, so you can easily place that. Now algebraic expressions can be divided into different categories: monomials, binomials, and polynomials. Okay, so these what are these terms exactly mean? Here you can see this is an algebraic expression, that is 5x square plus 2y plus 9xy plus 4. Now in this algebraic expression, if only 5x square is there, so this term would be named as monomial. If we take 5x square plus 2y, then this would be a binomial. Next one is 9xy. So 9 is the coefficient and xy is the variables, and the number 4 is the constant in this given expression. So hope you understand what exactly the monomials, binomials, and the polynomial, and this combined whole thing will be known as polynomial. Polynomial means which have more than more terms. Now look at this table. Here we can easily find out the proper definition of these terms. So what is monomial? Monomial is the algebraic expression having only one term. As we discussed, 5x square. Binomial, the algebraic expression having two terms. So 5x square plus 2y or 3xy plus 3, these all will be binomial. Trinomials, the algebraic expressions having three terms would be a trinomial. Now, polynomial, the algebraic expression with the variables having non-negative integers as exponents are known as polynomials. Means in this algebraic expression, you must remember that the variable must not have any negative exponent. That is the point to be remembered. So these all you can see. Now, what are like terms and unlike terms? The terms having same variables are called like terms, and the terms having different variables are unlike terms. So for example, like terms 2x plus and minus 9x, because x and x in both the terms variables is same, so that's why these are like terms. Another example we can see 24xy and 5xy. So both these are having xy as the variable, so these are also like term. Or 6x square and 12x square, these both are also like terms. So these are the examples of like terms. But if we take 2x minus 9 and minus 9y, these are unlike terms, because one is having x as variable and another is having minus y as a variable. Another example is 24xy and 5pq. So both are having different variables. So these are the unlike terms. Now, addition and subtraction of algebraic terms. To do the addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions, we need to follow some steps. Now, let's discuss these steps. First of all, we have to write the algebraic expression in different rows such a way that the like terms come in the same column and the unlike terms come on the different columns. Add them as we add the numbers. If any terms of the same variable is not there in another expression, then we write it as it is in the solution. So to add or subtract any algebraic expression, what we need, we add or subtract only like terms, not like term, not the different two terms. That means unlike term could not be neither added nor subtracted. This thing we have to keep in mind while doing the questions. Let's take this example, that is 15p square minus 4p plus 5 and 9p minus 11. These two terms are there. What we have to do? We have to add both the terms. Now in this you can see what we will do. We will write them one above another, and like this, like 15p square minus 4p plus 5. And because p and p are like term, minus 4p and 9p are the like term, so we will place 9p below the 4p. So this would be 15p square minus 4p plus 5 plus 9p minus 11. Now numbers are there, so plus 5 minus 11 would be minus 6, and minus 4p plus 9p would be plus 5p and 15p square. So the answer will be 15p square plus 5p minus 6. Let's take another example for the subtraction. So in this question we have to subtract. What we have to subtract? We have to subtract 7a square minus 4ab plus 8b square plus 5a minus 3b from 5a square minus 4b square plus 6b minus 3. So we have to do this. So again what will we do? We will write the terms like this: 5a square minus 4b square plus 6b minus 3, and we have to subtract. Now for subtraction we must remember that when we subtract the term, all the terms will become, their signs will become opposite. Okay, so plus 7a square will become minus a square, and minus 4ab becomes plus 4ab, minus 8b square minus 5a and plus 3b. Now we will place them exactly, the like terms in one column and unlike terms on them separately. So the answer would be 2a square minus 4ab plus 12b square plus 5a minus 9b plus 3. multiplication of algebraic expression. So while multiplying, we need to take care of something that we can easily multiply the like terms and unlike terms. In case of addition and subtraction, we can't add or subtract unlike terms, but for multiplication and division, we can multiply two unlike terms also. So first we will learn how to multiply the like terms. Now the coefficient will get multiplied. The coefficient will get multiplied to the coefficient, and the variable will multiplied with the same variable, and it would be we would get an exponent for that. Okay, let's take some example. The first example we are considering is, but the product of 4x and 3x will be 4 into 3, that is 12, and x into x square. So the answer will be 12x square. Similarly, if you want to multiply 5x, 3x and 4x, then we will multiply 5, 3 and 4. That would be 60, and all the x, that means x, 5x, x from 5x, 3x and 4x. So it would be x cube. Now multiplication of unlike terms. When we want to multiply unlike terms, again the coefficient get multiplied. Similarly, just number into number, and all the terms, all the variables would be in the product. For example, you can see 2p into 3q. So 2 into 3, that numbers would get multiplied as it is. So 2 into 3 is 6, and p and q, because these both are different variables, so they will remain as it is, p into q. So it would be 6pq. This is how we multiply the unlike terms. Now multiplying monomial by a monomial. If we want to multiply two polynomials, that means one monomial with one monomial, it remain as it is, we are multiplying the unlike terms. So the coefficient of the product is equal to coefficient of first monomial into coefficient of second monomial, and the algebraic factor of the product will be algebraic factor of first monomial and algebraic factor of second monomial. Let's understand with the help of this example. Here you can see the example is 25y into 3xy. These two are the monomials. So here 25 and 3 would be multiplied, and it would result 125 x y into xy. So x into y square. So the answer would be 125 xy square. The second is multiplying 3 or more monomials. So how we are going to multiply? This is quite simple. We will multiply the coefficient of all the monomials and then the algebraic factors, that means the variables. So if they are like, then we this add on to the powers. If they are unlike, they remain as it is. In this example, you can see 4xy into 5x square y square into 6x cube y cube. So here 4, 5 and 6 would be multiplied. So 4, 5, 6 would be multiplied. Similarly, x, in the first term the power of x is 1, in the second term the power is 2, and in the third term the power is 3. So the power of x would be 6. Similarly, in first term the power of x is 1, in second term the power of x is 2, in third term the power of x is 3. So it would be y cube. So 4 into 5 into 6, it would result 120, and the variables would be resulting x raised to power 6 and y raised to power 6. Now we can do this question in another way also. What we can do, let's see over here, we can write all the coefficient in one bracket, then all the x variables in second one and the y variables in the third one. So this way we can do, in this way also we can do the questions. Multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. If we want to multiply a monomial with another polynomial, means which is having more than one terms. So what will we do? We have to multiply that monomial to the each term of the polynomial. Okay, let's understand with the help of this example. Multiply 8 and x plus y. Now when we multiply 8 to the x plus y, to the sum of x plus y, we will multiply 8 to the x, then y. So it would result 8x plus 8y. Similarly, if you take another example, that is 3x into 4y plus 7. So we will multiply 3x to 4y, that would result 12xy, and then 3x to 7, that means 21y. So this is 21x. So this is how we can multiply a monomial to the polynomials. Now multiplication of monomial by a trinomial. If we want to multiply a monomial by a trinomial, that means it is having 3 terms. So what will we do? Again, understand with the help of example. If we want to multiply 8 with the sum of x plus y plus z, then 8 would be multiplied by each of the terms. So it would result 8x plus 8y plus 8z. The second example is multiply 4x and 2x plus y plus z. So 4x we would be multiplied by first term, that is 2x. It would result 8x square. Then it would be multiplied by y, 8xy, and then it would be 4xy, and then it would be multiplied by z, that is 4xz. So this is how we multiply a monomial to a trinomial. Now, if we want to multiply a polynomial by a polynomial, that means both the terms are polynomial, then we have to use a distributive law of multiplication in this case. Okay, multiply each term of the binomial or the polynomial with the every term of the second polynomial or the binomial. So, this is how we can multiply. Let's understand this with the help of this example. That is, simplify 3a plus 4b into 2a plus 3b. So, now what we have to do? We have to multiply 3a, that means first term of the first polynomial to the both the terms of the second polynomial. That means 3a multiplied by 2a plus 3b. Now, because they are having plus sign, so we will place plus 4b into 2a plus 3b. Now, we will open the bracket, that means 3a into 2a plus 3a into 3b plus 4b into 2a plus 4b into 3b. Now we will solve this and get the answer, that is 6a square plus 9ab plus 8ab plus 12b square. Now 9ab and 8ab BA are the like terms because the product of AB or BA are same. So we will plus add these both terms and it would result 6a square plus 17ab plus 12b square. Now the next topic is multiplying a binomial by a trinomial. If we want to multiply a binomial and a trinomial, then again we will proceed in the same way. The first term will be multiplied by the whole trinomial, then second term will be multiplied by the whole trinomial. Here you can see that in the example this p plus q is multiplied by 2p minus 3q plus r. Now minus 3p minus 3q into r. We have to simplify this. So we can use all the methods which we have learned till now. So to solve this, what we will do? We will first multiply p with the whole binomial, that is p into 2p minus 3q plus r. Then we will multiply q with the 2p minus 3q plus r. Then r to the 2p minus 3q. And this way we will solve the question. Here you can see 2p square minus pq minus 3q square plus qr plus pr is the answer. Then we will add the like terms and it would result 2p minus 3qr is equal to 3pr minus 3qr. So therefore here you can see in this way we will solve the question. Now identities. So what are identities actually? An identity is an equality which is true for every value of the variable, but an equation is not an identity. An equation is true only for some variables. So we can say that an equation is not an identity. Like x square is equal to 1. This is an equation and this is valid only for x is equal to 1. because this is not true for 2. If we are taking x is equal to 2, then it would be 4 is equal to 1, which is not true. So this is an equation, non-identity. There are some standard identities which are used in maths and to solve the problem. The first one is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. The second one is a minus b whole square, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square. And the third one is x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus ab into x plus ab. So, and the third one is a plus b plus c whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So, these are the identities which are in your syllabus, and you have to do this. These identities are very useful in carrying out the squares and products of the algebraic expression. They give alternative method to calculate the product of numbers and so on. So, these are the uses of identities. So, how to apply these identities in questions? Let's do this. The first example is 4x minus 3y whole square. So, here if we go for the simple way, we have what we have to do, we have to multiply 4x minus 3y to 4x minus 3y. But if we are using the identity, so what will we do? A square, that means 4x term is the a. So, a square minus 2 into 4x into 3y plus 3y whole square. So, it would result 16x square minus 24xy plus 9y square. So, this is how the identity used. Let us consider one more example. So, what we have to do? We have to use the identity x plus a into x plus b, that is equal to x square plus a plus b whole into x plus ab. This identity we have to use. Now, where this identity could be used? This identities could be used in questions also. So, here we have given that multiply 501 and 502. Now, if we are going for the general method, we have to multiply both the terms. But by using the algebraic identities, we can solve it much more easy way. So, what will we do? We will write down 501 as 500 plus 1 and 502 as 500 plus 2, and we will use the above identity. So, it would be 500 square plus 1 plus 2 into 500 plus 1 into 2. Now, here because we can do this orally, 500 square is equal to 2,50,000 and 500 into 2 into 3 would be 1500 plus 2. So, it would result 2,51,502, which could be done easily without any calculation. So, that's all about the introduction part of this exercise. Thank you.